Yet another awful day for Toronto sports. I mean, the last 24 hours for us Toronto fans have been a disaster. With the Leafs fiasco yesterday against Montreal in Game 1, with the Jays losing in the top of the ninth inning against the Boston Red Sox yesterday and blowing the save there. And today they give up a grand slam in extra innings as they lose 9-7 to the Tampa Bay Rays and open up this 4-game set on a losing note. The Jays now drop to 23-20 on the year. They've now lost 3 consecutive games, all 3 against AL East teams that are battling for playoff spots, and that will be the entire season. So these losses are really hurting, especially since you had leads, midway through the game today, and you had a lead in the 9th inning yesterday. Those ones, you're going to pull your flipping hair out, especially against AL East teams. But let's break this game down. All right, bottom of the first inning, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hits the ball the other way through the gap, and Marcus Semien comes across the score on the Vladimir Guerrero Jr. single. The Blue Jays lead it 1-0 early. Next batter, Teoscar Hernandez. He singles through the right, a little bouncer through the right side, through the shift, and Bo comes in to score. Jays lead it now 2-0 off of Tyler Glasnow. A great start. He has been awful against the Jays in his career, and it was an awful start yet again for him in this game today. Bottom half of the second inning, Marcus Semien drills a ball off the wall. Kiermaier can't get it. Davis comes in to score. Jays now lead it 3-0. All right, exactly what you want to have. You had a 3-0 lead early on. You've gone through 2 scoreless with Anthony Kay. All right, things are going well. Problem, top of the third inning, Brendan Lau comes up and he crushes a 2-run shot. Yandy Diaz comes in to score, and it's a 3-2 game. Coming into the game today, the Tampa Bay Rays had won 7 straight games, and the run differential plus 40. They have crushed teams. Now, obviously, the Baltimore Orioles are in that mix, but either way, they've crushed teams. And you know they're going to score runs, so you had to try and get as much as you could off of Tyler Glasnow, and they had some opportunities to really stretch it out, and they couldn't. But a 3-0 lead early on, you'd take that. Now it's 3-2 with the Brendan Lau home run. All right, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in the bottom half of the third inning hits an absolute missile to left center field, 114 miles an hour off of Tyler Glasnow, and the Jays now get one of those runs back. It's now a 4-2 Blue Jays lead. All right, good stuff. Problem, top half of the 5th inning. Brendan Lau comes up against Travis Bergen, and he allows a solo shot. It's now a 4-3 game. They're right back in it. Next half inning, Marcus Semien comes up. He crushes one down the left field line, and it's gone. Jays now lead at 5-3. So as I mentioned, you're midway through the game. You're going into the top of the 6th inning. You've got the 2-run lead. We saw that lead yesterday evaporate, and you had that lead today. But then Ji-Man Choi comes up in the top of the 6th inning and crushes a 2-run shot, and we're tied at 5. Oh, boy. You've got to find a way to get some more offense. And they couldn't the rest of the way. We go to the top of the 12th inning. Jeremy Beasley comes on, and everything looks okay. He gets the first couple guys, end up walking guys to load the bases intentionally to face the catcher, Mejia. And he threw a splitter over the heart of the plate. Mejia crushed it for a grand slam. You're down 9-5. Vladdy tries to make it interesting in the bottom half of the 12th inning as he crushes one to center field off of Diego Castillo. And it ended up slicing to right center. And it's gone for Vladdy. A 2-homer day, 13 home runs on the year. Semien comes across the score on the play. And the Blue Jays cut the deficit to 9-7, but that was as close as they would get as they lose this one, 9-7. Positive offensive performances today. Marcus Semien was 3 for 6 in the game with a couple RBIs, a home run, and obviously I wrote that he scored 2 runs, but that might have been before the Vladdy home run, so let's say 3 runs scored, could have been 2. Either way, he did a job at the top of the lineup, even though a couple big at-bats there in extra innings that he couldn't get the job done. And those are the ones that are going to sit and really eat away at you. And Vladdy went 3 for 5 in the game, scored 2 runs, had 4 RBIs, and had a couple bombs. I mean, the guy can flat out hit. Hence why they're intentionally walking the guy left and right all the time. So, I mean, it's fantastic to watch Vladdy the way he's performing, and he's just getting better and better as a young kid, and it's just beautiful to watch right now. And that's a big positive you can take away from a game like this is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Teoscar Hernandez went 2 for 6 in the game today with an RBI. Again, like Semien, a couple of big at-bats late in the game. Then he couldn't drive in runs and really, really hurt that late. Those are the ones that are going to sit with you, even though he had 2 hits in the ballgame. Now, let's get to the pitching side of things, where Anthony Kay got the start and battled his command for most of the day, but limited the damage to a 2-run shot from Brendan Lau over 4 innings of work, 4 hits, couple runs, 4 strikeouts, and he walked 4 guys. But overall, I don't think Anthony Kay was all that bad today. Obviously, with the 4 walks and the high pitch counts, he was at like 90 pitches in those 4 innings. So he really wasn't doing a good job in that sense. But he gave you 4 innings of 2-run ball against a very red-hot Tampa Bay Rays team. So you'll take that. But then Bergen gives up the solo shot to Brendan Lau, and he went an inning, allowed 1 hit, 2 runs, because I'm assuming, I can't remember exactly, but since Ji-Man Choi was on base, hit a 2-run shot, I'm guessing the Joey Wendell, who was on base for the Ji-Man Choi home run. Sorry guys, I'm all over the place. I'm exhausted. It's midnight and I'm tired. I'm guessing Travis Bergen allowed Joey Wendell to get on. They bring in AJ Cole, and a couple batters later, it gives him a 2-run shot to Ji-Man Choi, and we're tied at 5. And AJ Cole went an inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 run. Here's the home run to Ji-Man Choi. And the rest of the bullpen did a pretty good job for the most part, other than the missed pitch from Beasley. You know, Romano was great. It went 1 inning, no hits, no walks, a strikeout. Tim Meza, a much needed 0 for him. 1 inning, no hits, no walks, and he got a strikeout. And Tyler Chow with Mr. Automatic, 1 inning, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. He was great today yet again. And a guy that is going to go overlooked as usual because of the name, but Joel Payamps. The guy was awesome today in extra innings. I mean, he was fantastic. He went the 10th and the 11th and battled. Look, that bottom was it the bottom of the 11th? I can't remember which one it was, where he had the bases loaded, and then he had a 3-0 count, and he came back to strike out the batter to end the inning. I think it was the 11th inning, the top half of the 11th inning. Unreal. Great job for him. 2 innings, 1 walk, couple strikeouts. Great job for Joel Payamps. And obviously Beasley went 1 inning, allowed a couple hits, 4 runs, and 3 were earned, obviously, because the automatic guy at second base, and he got a strikeout. And obviously gave up the grand slam. But Blue Jay fans, Game 2 goes tomorrow. It's a 7:37 first pitch there at TD Ballpark. I did not write down the pitching matchup because I'm too flustered from this game. I'm going to guess it's Robbie Ray. That's my take, because we saw Matt's yesterday. Ryu went in Game 1 against the Red Sox, and Stripling went into Game 2 against the Red Sox. So I'm going to guess it's Robbie Ray on the mound for the Blue Jays. I don't really care who it is for the Tampa Bay Rays. The Jays' offense seems to be cruising right now, which is fantastic, but the pitching is what really has been the Achilles heel over the last few games, and this is something that we talked about in the offseason. It's like, hey, this is the Achilles heel for this team, the pitching staff. Whether it's a starting pitching, we didn't know what we were going to get from the bullpen. It looks like they're starting to get hit a little bit because they're getting used a lot. And you're still not really getting great starting pitching other than Hyunjin Ryu and maybe Robbie Ray. So they got to find a way to do something. I don't know what that is. But right now, their offense is cruising. They're doing a great job with the bats. But the pitching has to be better. If you want to, because you're playing, look, you play these guys, then you go play the Yankees. You play the Boston, the Rays, and the Yankees. These are the 3 teams that you'll be battling with the entire year for like 2 or 3 playoff spots. These early series really are important come down the stretch. And the pitching staff right now is not doing well. This is the wrong time to have this happen. However, like I've mentioned in the last video, the great thing about baseball is you go out there the next day looking to right the ship. And they do that tomorrow night at TD Ballpark. Thank God this is the last series down there in Tampa. I swear, all these Toronto teams going down there. You get the Raptors down there. What an awful year that was. And then the Jays down there, it's not a home game. Every team that goes in there, right, whether it's the Red Sox, whether it's the Rays, it's full of their fans. So what the hell? It's not a home game for us. And it's cheering against me. You hear the Ji-Man Choi chants today. I literally felt like we were playing in Tropicana Field. We just need to get out of here, get to Salem Field, and I'm hoping that some sort of fans for the Blue Jays happen there. I don't know. I don't know what to expect, honestly. But either way, guys, Game 2 goes tomorrow night at 7:37 at TD Ballpark in the final series at TD Ballpark. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and did not enjoy the ending to today's game because it flat out sucked, smack that like button. Do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the game today. Would you like, would you not like from today's game? Twitter's down below for myself. Follow up, send me a DM to that great stuff. The Instagram link is down below, so follow up there if you have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys Leafs edition. Game 2 tomorrow night against the Habs. I think it's a 7 o'clock puck drop. I think it is. At Scotiabank Arena, Game 2. And look, the great news is John Tavares is at home now. It's great news. He released a statement, so that's fantastic. And I'm hoping to God that him releasing the statement and definitely getting in contact with all the boys fires these guys up and gets them jacked for tomorrow night's game so they can come out guns a-blazing. Because they need to. All right, so that game, it goes on tomorrow. Game 2 of round 1 against the Montreal Canadiens. And as for the Toronto Blue Jays, Game 2 of the 4-game set against Tampa Bay Rays goes tomorrow night, 7:37 first pitch there at TD Ballpark. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, but not the game. We'll talk to you guys then.